What's up, guys? This is 50 Tips by Abdul Sabri. Now today my topic is on nutrition. Sometimes we approach nutrition in the wrong way. We think of nutrition as being or having a set diet plan. Now, sometimes you can think of it that way, especially if you're doing a competition or something of that nature, where you would diet a certain way, and then you would take certain things out of your diet that you normally eat that allows you to be more leaner, but save the muscle to be on stage, whether you can show those that chemistry off as far as your genetic structure, as far as your upper, your middle, and your lower halves of your body, because that's what they basically look at when they're judging people. Now, when you think of nutrition, there's a lot of different things a lot of different ways you can think of it as. Now, when you want to be healthy, you want to make sure that you're eating meat. You want to eat vegetables, many vegetables. You can eat fruit. But the things that you want to cut out, the list tends to be a lot longer than the list that's good. Okay? So one of the most important things you want to cut out when you're changing over to a nutritional, healthier eating habits. One is cutting out most of the sugar, or cutting out all the sugar that you can possibly do. Two, cut out all the processed foods that you can possibly cut out. And three, cut out all the fast foods and stuff that you can normally or could cut out. These three things by themselves can make you and allow you to become nutritional balanced and allow you to drop a lot of body weight. Excess body weight that will cause you a lot of health issues over time. And they will do that. But you want to make sure you want to have those three things set in stone. If you can cut these three things out, I can guarantee you can lose a tremendous amount of weight. Now you add that with exercise, you building lean muscle. Lean muscle is burning fat, burning calories, and it is helping you to get rid of everything that's on your system that you don't need. All right, and so that's one of the biggest things with doing nutrition. You have to get those things out of your system, to become leaner, to become more healthier. And a lot of times we don't understand the quality of life when it pertains to those items or those things, because there's a lot of things it is a lot that we know of that. And we have set ourselves up for failure when we're constantly depending on these people to feed us, like the fast foods and the fast food and the processed foods and things of that nature. All right, so what you want to eat, if in morning time, if you want to eat fruits, you can eat fruit, but you want to try to eat at least one or two, no more than one or two. I would say break it down to one, at least one fruit a week, or one fruit a day. One fruit a day. No more than one fruit a day. But for the most part, you can eat, the max is two pieces of fruits a day to become leaner. You want to make sure that you're eating meats, lean meats, not meats that's fatty, lean meats. And also, one of the things that you do want to cut out also is foods with flour on it also. So you want to cut those items out. That will help you become more leaner also. So with the essence of eating meats that's lean, you want to cut away all the fat that you're normally putting on these, that you're eating. Like you can get steak and it has a lot of fat on it. You want to trim that fat off and make sure that there's the least amount of fat that's on it. The same thing with chicken or anything else that has large amounts of fat on it. You want to make sure that you cut that fat off and get it off of it as much as you possibly can, because that's going to help you to be lean, to stay lean. Keeping off a lot of that excess fat and things that your body will not have to process is a great deal. So you don't have to go through that process of getting rid of something that you should not have in your system anyway. All right, and then the other thing is to make sure that you're eating plenty of vegetables. You can eat rice, You can eat brown rice, you can eat white rice. But the thing with white rice, if you're going to eat it, it's going to be like the fruit. You want to eat at least once or twice during the day. Now, some people, some bodybuilders, they eat rice all the time, or white rice all the time. And that's when they're building up their system prior to competition. So they're carbing up, what they call carbing up and all that. So they make sure they're eating all the carbs and stuff that they can possibly get. That's along with, some of them eat breads. It just depends. And everybody's structure is different. Everybody process foods different. Although you do process them, it is different. Everybody can't eat the same food, so you have to find out your structure and what your body can and will not take and withstand. So in that essence of doing those things, if you know how your body works and what your body can use and cannot use, because there are things in nature that someone else can eat that doesn't bother them, but you can eat it and it bothers you. So that's just an example of what affects everybody. I mean, what affects one person doesn't affect the next. So we want to make sure that we're staying focused on those items, making sure you're not choosing those items that's going to cause you more issues, with dieting or whatever you may call it. I don't call it dieting because I don't diet. I eat, two different ways you can eat. You can eat to live or live to eat. Some people live to eat. And a lot of people actually live to eat. And you can tell that traditionally by the overweight people that we have in society. And it's a common thing. It's a common thing because a lot of people do eat. They do eat a lot of things they shouldn't eat because it's easier. For one, you don't have to cook and all this other different stuff that plays a part of it. But you have to watch out for that stuff when you're actually when you're doing what you need to do to stay lean, to stay looking good. That's a big thing. So you want to make sure you're doing that. But so that's one of my tips for you guys today, is to make sure that you're eating a balanced nutritional set meal plan. And making sure you're cutting out a lot of floured foods, cutting out a lot of the sugar, making sure that you're not eating a lot of processed foods, and then you're cutting out a lot of fast foods. So you want to make sure you alleviate a lot of that. And I can guarantee you guys, if you guys follow those, at least three of those topics to alleviate out of your nutritional plans, your meal plans that you're eating every day, guaranteed that you'll lose a lot of weight. A lot of people don't like to give those fast foods up because it's convenient for them. Eating pizza, eating hamburgers and things of that nature that you can go to the store and just get because people are buying it and because someone else is actually preparing it and it's faster for them. And it's like going into the store of Walmart, where I'm at now. I got to go and get a re-up for more food. People buy other different things out of here because it's faster for it, like buying frozen or refrigerated pizzas, all kind of things that has a lot of different ingredients that your body can't really process as it should. You should try your best to stay away from those things as much as you possibly can. Now, when you're doing that different things, you got to realize when you go into the store, why all the things that are a lot more unhealthier are on the inside aisles and all the things that's more healthier are on the outside aisles, because they fix it that way so that you travel more down the inner rows or the inner aisles versus the outside aisles, unless you're getting a lot of fruits and vegetables and things of that nature, and that's on the farther end. But they're not on those aisles that you normally go down. They're not even actually on aisles. They're on like corner proportions of the stores. When you got the eggs and things of that nature, that's on the outside of the aisles also. And you got to notice that a lot of the bread products, a lot of the frozen meals, a lot of the the complex and compound meals, like you're eating cupcakes and things of that nature, processed foods that's in that row, and the rows of the aisles that people tend to go down a lot on, where there's soda on those aisles. And probably the only thing that I can think of that's healthy down those aisles is water. They always have water down those aisles, but for the most part, most of the unhealthy foods are down those aisles. So I would encourage you guys to stay focused on what you're eating, and make those necessary changes that you can make, so that you can be more healthier for the years to come, and your quality of life is not diminished in trying to survive in this world. All right, again, these 50 tips by Abdul Sabri. You guys stay focused on your nutrition plan and then your workouts. And remember, make no excuses, for no excuses will be accepted. Peace.